Okay, so I want to talk about HTML blocks, and again, it's just a content type option here that you would create. I've actually, created one earlier. If you've been following the interesting, fascinating Drupal video series that we've created here, you'll know from an earlier go round that I had an HTML block in the system. And actually, I guess I had a couple of them. So if I click over here on Edit, again, I've got a couple different fields here at the top. A title, again, is just going to be something that you can keep track of in the system. The display title is going to be what actually outputs onto the page. And the reason that we've made that optional is there could be a scenario or situation where maybe you just want to drop in, I don't know, an image that is a little bit irregular, and so you can't use one of the existing content types that's going to, make it be a certain height or certain width. So you just want to drop something in. A good example could be like a Facebook icon or, it's Twitter icon or something like that, or both of those. And maybe you don't necessarily need to title those. I mean, they kind of stand alone and are fairly self-evident. So the optional title field gives you the ability to put something on there or not, depending on your preference. Again, default block placement tag in our positioning right sidebar promo 1 means this is going to go on every single page that doesn't have a tag in its block placement field, and it's going to appear in that right sidebar promo 1. In terms of the the formatting and the content that you can put in here, it's like a miniature version of the page. I mean, in full HTML mode, you can see we've got all these different options of highlighting this, and in this case, we've got an ordered list 1 through 5. I can make that a bulleted list. I can highlight this and make it bold. I can insert a link. I can do an image if I wanted to upload an image. And again, it's going to be constrained to the width of one of these blocks, which is basically 190 pixels. So again, if I wanted to maybe put this up at the top, I can go up here, click off that so it doesn't have my bullet property on it. Put in my alt text. I know this is Amy from Anthropology. Going to insert that. Alright, and it should shrink that down to the appropriate size. If I wanted to put in a file of some sort, just as we saw with pages, I can do that. Grab a PDF. And again, accessibility issues notwithstanding, I have the capability of doing this. It's going to insert wherever I'd left my cursor, just down here. So again, I'm probably going to do something like this. Now, here's the kicker. When I save that, I'm not really going to be able to see much in a preview mode. I mean, it just doesn't really render out like it's going to look on a page. So, in order to see how this performs, I'm going to have to click back over here and go to one of our pages. Okay, and I think all right, so again, I've got my header, I've got my image, I've got my bulleted list.